So we have 2 qualifying sessions. The first one is just sort of like a preliminary qualifying that sort of gets the top 12 guys into the second qualifying session. So you just sort of need to get out there and use it as a bit of a warm up because it's our first session of the day, and just put down a lap time that's quick enough to keep us in the top 12. And then when we get into the second qualifying, that's the actual going to determine your grid position. So we've got a strategy that we use with our tyres, and that should give me a chance to have a couple of goes at putting down my best lap time. So that's sort of what we're aiming for. Obviously, it's a big mental game. Like, you've got to get switched on and focused and try to make every corner perfect. Qualifying was pretty intense then. I'm pretty confident, pretty happy with how I rode in the qualifying session, and we finished up P2. So front row of the grid, ready to go for the race this afternoon. We got race 1 coming up in about 15 minutes or so. Hype for this weekend being a Triple Crown. Mike went really good last year, and they've outlined how he went out last year, and that was the start of his title charge pretty hard. So I think Waters will be trying to do the same thing. If someone does go three in a row, it's like 76 points. So it's a fair hike of points. So the championship's not over really till it's over. So I think the back end of the championship does get a bit more aggressive in the first part. Yeah, had a few near misses. Fortunately, just had to stay upright, but then just had to consolidate right at the end there and come away with 4th place. Yeah, look, I think we'll have a good debrief now that we've had that first race. We've got a really good understanding of where we're at. Obviously, our expectation was a little bit higher than the reality, so we'll want to rectify that for tomorrow. So we'll see if we can look at the data. I'll pass on my feedback to the team. We can watch some footage and see if we can come up with a plan to give me a better chance of challenging for the podium tomorrow.
Yeah, yesterday didn't go too great. I got a bad jump. That's been my Achilles heel all year, and eventually I ended up 8th overall. So I think the game plan is today is basically get a better start. Hopefully, just put yourself in better track position. That's all I can do. The pace is that height. You can't be on the back foot anymore, and you can't just come through this track. It's a pretty simple track, and that's why it's so hard to make pass, and also so hard to make time up. So basically just to get a better start, man, and just see what I can do from there.
Yeah, obviously that was a much better race for us. I tried to settle into a little bit of a rhythm and get comfortable with the bike. Trying to sort of feel the changes that we made to the bike and get sort of comfy with it. But obviously Herfoss was pretty eager to get past and lead the race, and he did. We ended up finishing 2nd place. But I mean, I'm really stoked with that race because we just made such a big improvement from race 1 to race 2.
Yeah, I just had to play catch up. Had to get past Maxi Souther there and down the first straight, and I knew he's on a rocket, so I knew I was going to struggle to slip him. So I went to go up the inside of him in turn 1, and I seen him just go a little bit like mid-track. So that's probably his normal line, and I just sort of tried to rail the inside. But as we come to the exit of that corner, his line met my line, and it's no one's fault. It's just a racing incident. But as I tagged him, it sort of shot me off towards the wall, and I sort of just had to bail, and the bike's hit the wall, and just the back wheel just got me in the ribs, blew the wind out of me, and probably just got a couple bruised ribs, nothing serious. But yeah, not really how I wanted to end of the weekend, but on to Morgan Park.
you know, we had really good pace there in the afternoon. In the heat, like it was pretty tough, and you know, ultimately coming up with second place in both the races, and that gave us third overall for the weekend.